What's up, people? Been a minute since I've been live. It's been a minute since I went live. Let me let people know that I am alive. I don't know if it's I don't know if I'm connected or not, so I gotta take a look. Okay, so yeah, for some reason it wasn't popping up. I didn't know if I was live or not, but I guess I am. What's going on, Bob? Right, good. What's going on? How we doing tonight? Wow, that was like a super delay for some reason. I don't know why. Just gonna make a quick tweet out letting everybody know I'm live. This was just like unexpected. Almost finished, guys. Sorry about that. All right. I just put that tweet, so we are good to go. So really tonight, man, we just gonna be just kicking it, man. Just watching crypto for a little bit. Now I do have to let you guys know I could only be here for an hour, guys. Unfortunately, I do have other plans tonight. I was hoping that I could have start this a little earlier, but for some reason, all my settings, because I had to do a complete reboot on my computer, so a lot of my settings was just gone. So I had to get that back up and running, and that's the whole reason, like with my whole audio as well too. I've been tripping for a couple of videos, um, due to the fact that I had to try to reprogram everything. So not really nothing important that's happening right now. I mean, Bitcoin just for a little bit was just above 67, so the market is having a nice, strong rebound. Bone, as we all know, Bone is like one of the patient plays that we have to look forward to, but it's currently up 2.35% on the day. So everything's looking pretty good, man. Like I'm super excited just to see like how everything is playing out for the whole ecosystem of Shib. So let me get Bone pulled up here so that way we could take a look at it. Yeah, here it is. Nah, this spike right here, man. This just came out of nowhere. This February 22nd got all the way up to 170, and this is what I always tell people, like, you never know when bone is gonna really start having a huge pump, but when it does, it does. The only thing that we really need now is just like more listings, so that way it could sustain some of these gains that we have been seeing. But in a bull market, a lot of time you don't get strong pullbacks like this, so that's always a plus. Well, Shiba Swap 1.75, it's really more of the integration. They're getting all the different projects together, then they're onboarding them onto Shibarium. The volume don't really come into until we start having like the liquidity event where they're gonna come and say, "Hey, treat token is out. If you want to get this reward token, you're gonna need to start providing liquidity." So once we start seeing people provide liquidity, then we should be able to see the volume, because not only does that bring on the different communities, because you have other community like within crypto, and if they're going out trying to receive like treat token, they're going to automatically bring their community, and in their community they're going to be interacting on Shibarium as far as with the buys and the sells, which is going to increase volume and also increase the demand of bone. Wow, 20, you got 20,000 bone, 1 billion Shib, 20,000 XRP. Let's go. Let's go for real. Hoping for that Binance listing. 100%. 20,000 bone. $50. I'm telling you guys, with 20,000 bone, $50, it a bone reaching to $50, it's doable. Like, easily doable. And it always goes back to my main premise of what I always say, like, as long as they deliver on what they say that they were going to do, then we shouldn't have any problem. And like I mentioned, since I've been watching this team since 2021 with Shaitoshi, they do deliver on their promises. That's one thing I can say. Like, if they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. They rarely do it, in the timing that you might expect. Um, but nonetheless, they do deliver. My Shiba Rock has August 3rd from Ryoshi's first blog. Shouldn't it say August 2nd? How do I get this change? That's the thing with that. I've seen multiple sources have it for August 3rd. I've seen it for August 2nd. I wasn't around that time, so I couldn't for sure say if it was August 2nd or 3rd, but it could have been one of those things as far as with the time differences. Um, but as far as how to change it, I could take a look and see if there's a way, if it can be changed, because because it's dealing with the metadata. Um, so I don't know if that could actually be changed, but yeah, there's a couple different sources that says August 3rd. It was when the first blog came out. Then I was kind of surprised when I saw Shaitoshi and them, they had it as August 2nd. But hoping bone flies like Solana did. Imagine $200 plus. $200 plus. It's gonna retire a lot of people, man. A lot of people. Raphael says, "Hi, been holding bone for 2 years. Got 250,000. Yo, my man, save some bone from us, man. Save some bone for us. That is dope, man. Congrats." So, what's the exit looking like? Are you looking to planning to just leave us, at $5? Because I feel like, man, if things progress the way that it's currently doing as far as with development, uh, $5, we could see that maybe in the next few months. Raphael he's gonna give us the peace sign as he cash out his millions, man. Hey, one thing about it though, once you do cash out, and if you feel comfortable, you don't necessarily have to show your face. I would love to do like an interview with you. Anyone who got into Bone, been holding Bone for the longest, they cash out. I definitely would love to do a quick interview for you guys on the channel. You're not in wellies. Curious your thoughts about the metadata refresh change NFT divide. Mod had meltdown last night at negative feedback. Yeah, that's the thing, and that goes back to what Andre had asked as far as with the metadata. Like messing with the metadata, it could pretty much like rearrange everybody else's NFT. And that's why, like, when I was doing the NFTs, like, I was going to multiple different sources, at least for me, with the Shiba rocks, and that's what the sources were saying. It was like August 3rd. So in the question as far as with wellies, I'm not into wellies. I don't have an NFT. I think it's pretty cool, but I just never got into it. I was always looking for like a cheaper price. Like you guys could probably already tell. Like I'm a cheapskate. Like when it comes to buying things, especially when it comes to crypto, I want things at like the optimal lowest level possible, or at least where I feel like it's the lowest level possible, where I'm mitigating my risk. Even when it comes to even when it comes to meme coins. Roaring Kitty up more than 270. Guys, this right here, man. I'm super excited about this play. I'm super excited about this play because the whole narrative, um, it fits. It fits similar to a Pepe, a Shiba Inu, um, with the fact that the name Roaring Kitty is it's backed by the person named Roaring Kitty. And when his once I saw that he did the tweet, guys, it was maybe around like 5 or 4 o'clock, or maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning. First thing that I did, I was like, yo, let me find a crypto out there that have the name Roaring Kitty, and I guarantee you it's gonna go up. So I did my quick search on Dextool, and I saw some that already started popping off. I was like, dang, I'm actually a little too late, because he did his tweet that Sunday night. I didn't look into it until that Sunday morning, and already I seen so many other Roaring Kitties that was like up over 3,000, 4,000%. I was like, dang, did I miss the boat? But luckily, I just kept doing research, and I was able to find the one that was because one thing that I like about crypto is everything is on the blockchain, so it could be proven. So I was able to just search, then finally was able to see that this one right here was the oldest. And I looked into it. I was like, okay, liquidity's locked. Oh, that's a plus. That way we don't see any rugs. Looked at the circulating supply, or the circulating supply, 1 billion. Like, oh crap! Like, this is pretty interesting, because like, when it comes to circulating supply or total supply, if a crypto asset is at 1 billion, it's typically trading somewhere in the cents, like the 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, around those ranges. So this is what really made me, I wouldn't say fall in love with this crypto right here, but just had super high conviction of, okay, this is really gonna pop. You got the narrative going on with the Roaring Kitty, with the GameStop, and not only that, this is the first to ever be created on the blockchain. So I scooped some up around like a 20,000 market cap, and even right now the market cap of it is still extremely low, guys. Because if you look at the other ones that's currently out right now with the Roaring Kitty, Like its market cap right now is at 1.2 million. Like it, so we still have so much room to grow. So people selling out right now in a low market cap, to me it doesn't make any sense. It truly don't make any sense. Because the upside is stupidly high and the downside is stupidly low. But yeah, but 112,000 market cap, and I believe the way that the community is growing, and this is why I've been like trying to help out with it as well too. I just did a coin, what was it? Not Coin Gecko. Yeah, Coin Gecko listing to be able to have this listed onto the site. Um, I just Googled it, and I didn't know how to do it before. I just went on Google, and it's actually quite easy just to be able to have your token if you already have a token listed on there. So I submitted it. You have community members because keep in mind this is 100% community owned. So there's no devs that's behind this. Um, the liquidity's locked. Uh, Contracts renounced. So there's nothing that could be done as far as like extra funds that could be pulled from this to be able to buy certain stuff that some projects may already have like a marketing wallet. So everything that's done. So one of the community members bought a domain and actually just is creating a website for it. So this is the website right here. It's called OGRoaringKitty.com. So everything, like I said, is just being done strictly by the community. And it reminds me, if you read Ryoshi's blog post as far as like the early days of Shib, it's the same thing. Like they didn't have money for it for Shib. Anybody who wanted to get into this, there's not any free tokens. You have to go to the open market and actually buy it. So the people that's involved into it, they're putting their time, and a lot of time if and this is what really truly built a strong community. Whenever you don't receive anything for free, like if you receive tokens for free, yes, it's good and all this and that, but if you're buying it, then not only are you buying it, but you're putting your time into it. As far as like the person that's building this website, they're putting their time, they're invested into it. So this is how a strong community, the person who's running the X account, they just constantly just chilling, telling people about it. You got the mods on in the Telegram, and you got new people coming in. So it's a community that's really being built right now, guys. So let me take a look at some of the comments. I've been rambling a little bit longer now. I'm holding 11,500 bone. What do you think I should buy more? For me, 10,000 guys was like my goal because I see bone realistically hitting $100 or more. So that's why for me it was just like 10,000. Um, 250K bone, bro. Wish I had that. Ain't selling anything till late 2025. Oh, now that is diamond handing for real. So Raphael's gonna be up a couple $1,000,000 because like I was saying earlier, like we could see $5 on bone in a few months if everything progressed the way that it's currently progressing right now. Dang, seeing above 1,000,000 just still diamond handing now. That's conviction right there. Roaring Kitty, or talked about that. Thanks for the Roaring Kitty play. Hey, no problem, man. Like that's one thing that I try to do. If I see something that could truly be of value to the community, um, why not share it? Why not share it? But yeah. All right. For sure I'm down. I've been following you for a few years. Love your videos. All right, so I got a commitment from Raphael. Is it true you could unstake your bone at any time on K9 Finance? Is there a downside to it? Like, don't you need to keep it locked for a certain amount of time to yield more rewards? Yeah. When it comes to any like yield reward or farming or anything like that, the longer that you hold it, the bigger your reward. Um, so yeah, because keep in mind, whenever you stake it with them, you're staking it in the being a delegator. So that's the cool part about K9 Finance. So not only are you delegating, and I need to make an updated video about that too, but not only are you delegating, but you're going to be able to provide liquidity because it automatically transform your bone token that you delegated, which is staking with K9. It's automatically get, or not automatically get, but it gets onto Shibarium as K9 bone. And with that K9 bone, you could provide liquidity because a lot of the projects that's gonna be on Shibarium, they're gonna either pair their token with K9 bone because again, K9 bone is just bone, just a wrap version of bone. But yeah, but the longer that you, that's the downside because if you stake it for a day, then your rewards is not going to be that much. Inu is burning the entire supply. Let me take a look at, man. Let me tell you about Inu, guys. Inu was brought to me on a live, and this is like one of the biggest myths, guys, that I had. One of the biggest myths. Because I remember I was like, yo, I'm going to buy this at the end of the month. It was brought to me like somewhere, it was like in the 9 zeros. Like somewhere over here. Then out of nowhere, Inu just pumped 8 2 zeros. Got all the way to like 7 zeros. Got the 7 zeros, guys. So keeping in perspective, if you would have invested $100, it would have been worth $10,000 at its height. So this is one that I missed. Someone brought it to me. I want to say I want to say Clown World was the one who brought it to me. I could be wrong, but yeah. So it popped. Now it's having a little consolidation. But yeah, and it just had another little pop. So, and I actually still didn't get into it yet. I did get into Inu. I actually got into like 2 different Inus, like Inu, because I got into this. Oh snap! I haven't been looking at my Inus. I got into this Inu. I'm like at break even on this, so not too much happening. Then somebody else told me about this Inu. I think I'm down on this Inu right here. Oh, never mind. I'm right around break even. But yeah. But Inu, I definitely need to get back. I do need to get into it. It's like almost like out of sight, out of mind. Like I forget. If I don't do it like right away, then I'll forget. So this is definitely on the to-do list to get into Inu. I'm so upset. ETH price were too high when I first saw your video. Had waited till it was at 70K market cap, but still great play. Yeah, it really is, man. I'm telling you, it's like one of those plays where people are not, it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard. Like it's almost like people are just gonna be like, let me just sit back and wait and see what happens. Then boom, 1 million market cap come. They're like, oh crap, I could have got this in 50 or 60 or 100K market cap. Because the community in itself, it is growing. It's growing like every day. Each Toronto conference VIP ticket costs a lot of money. Um, I don't know how much it costs. I saw that they were giving away free tickets as well. Bought 400 million K9. Ooh, that's a nice amount. Go to K9, and I still have I'm I'm extremely bullish on K9. Extremely bullish, especially like during the bull market. Now I still haven't even bought into it yet. I am still planning because anytime, like, I did have an opportunity to get in at the launch, but at the pre-sale round, but I was like, nah, let me just wait and see. Because again, when it comes to risk, I try to minimize as much risk as possible because I like going to bed at night. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to sleep and not worry about my positions in crypto. And that's another main reason why I'm so particular about where I'm getting in a lot of these cryptos. So K9, it almost reached my target as far as where I want it to be at before I could get in. Same thing with a lot of people were saying like, Random Arts, when you coming into bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. I just got into bad idea, guys, like last month, the end of last month, and I got in right over here. So I'm not upside down because I know a lot of people are upside down in their position. But anytime you see a chart like going parabolic, you have to wait for pullbacks, either pullbacks or sideways consolidation. And plus, it was in a bear market, so it was like no rush at all to be able to buy some of these. Like, majority of my purchases that I've been doing as of lately, and I outlined this, post halving. Like, as soon as the halving happened, there's going to be a little window of opportunity where Bitcoin, and I made videos about this, explain to you guys. And that's the period that we're currently in. So it's really like the optimal time to be able to just get in on a lot of your bags, because then once Bitcoin start running, then everything else is just going to start running with it. I'm up to 14K bone. Nice. Alright, you think after first quarter 2025 bone would dive or continue to go up through end of 2025? Thought that it was supposed to be bear market again after Q2 2025. Is it risky to hold bone past Q1? Now, no. The around Q2 of 2025 is gonna be really Q3. Q2, Q3 is where you could potentially see a top as far as on the market. Because historically speaking, it's about 13 to 17 months after the halving is when you tend to see like the top is set. So that's why a lot of people are just waiting for 2025 to be able to get out, so that way they could maximize some of their gains. My whole thesis was like, I need to see bone, like stuff happening for bone before Q1, because since the top is not there, so if nothing was happening for bone as far as development, I was going to sell like a big chunk of my bone and find a different asset to be able to go into before all the huge run up, so that way I didn't miss the whole run up. So that was my whole thought behind it. But since things are starting to develop, and again, I'm still holding to my trade process. I'm still gonna wait and see. But so far, with the Shiba Swap 1.75 being launched, it's just giving really good signs of what's to come. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I think with everything being built, Bone could be 300 or 500. I think so too. See, this is the factor that a lot of people we can't really. I'm trying to word it right. Wrap our head around, because people don't realize that Bone, the way that Bone like fundamentally is, it's unique versus a lot of different assets, especially when it comes to layer twos. Because if you look at the traditional layer twos right now, and of course I talked about this before, but if you look at the traditional layer twos that's currently out right now from your Polygon, like the circulating supply of these things, they're extremely high. That's 9 billion, 9 billion. That's a lot of tokens. You also have then all the other ones, they're using Ethereum as far as for their gas token. OP, that's a billion. ARB, 2 billion, but it used ETH as its gas. But now you have Bone, which Shibarium is it's a Ethereum layer 2, but the processing of it is Bone. Like the cost of the gas, that doesn't matter. It's the usage, it's the pairing. That's what matter, because you essentially have Bone acting like a layer 1 when it comes to as far as with token supply. You have the BNB 147 million. You have Solana 448 million. Cardano, I mean that's actually hot too, but you got at AVAX 382. And all of these top tier cryptos that typically moves, like the circulating supply of it is extremely low. Then you add the other element of it, of the tokens that's on layer 1 for Bone being bridged over, and it's constantly just going to reduce the circulating supply. So 300 to 500, it is not far-fetched. Like, a lot of people can't see that, but I'm looking at the math as far as just like quick math in my head. If demand come in, and the way that typically most you see a lot of these cryptos see a lot of demand is based upon the exchanges. So when people try to say, oh my god, I can't see Bone acting like Solana, like Solana is on every freaking exchange that's out there. Like all of these top tier crypto, they're on every single exchanges. And if you're saying that you can't see Bone being, getting high volume, then the only thing you have to look at is, look, how many pairs is currently, exchanges that's currently on? 45 versus Solana, like 500. I mean, just that simple math should be able to tell some people. But, some people can't see farther than their nose, so. We certainly haven't missed the next the next leg, bud. We are now burning Inu every day until the supply is gone. Sheesh. I promise, I am going to get into Inu. That is definitely on my to-do list. Inu. Yeah, that's a token that I am, and I like that. Because it definitely gives you, and this is what I like seeing in crypto. Let me go back to Inu. Like, if you miss the first run up, like, can the token spike? That's typically my number one question.
Clown World subscribes to the channel.
Appreciate the subscription, brother. That's the one thing that I want to see. Like, is it spikeable? Like, can it spike? And just looking at the chart, like, oh yeah, this could definitely spike. So if it spikes once, because a lot of these tokens that I look back from like 2016, 2017, 2018, then when we were going into the bull market in 2021, they had the same type of pattern. Like it spiked before, during the bear market, of course, everything went down. Then eventually it had a nice spike right back close, some getting close to this all time highs, then others surpassing its all time highs. And this is why I like crypto that looks similar to this. Because now I know, like, okay, this spike more likely once everything start running is gonna run as well too. Like I try to keep it as simple as possible as far as just doing my analysis on it. See what's going on Twitter land. So, me liking reposts. I wish I would have gotten it in the 5 zeros. Let me see how it's looking on the. I definitely like looking at Etherscan, just seeing where different people are at, like who's selling, who's holding, things like that. Because we did see a big sale there. Yeah, and this person sell for 15. And you also had this person sell for 17. Wow, so this person bought in. See, that's crazy. So I mean, that's a nice trade, especially if that's what they want to do. Day trade. They bought at $102. $102 got them 13.53 million, and they just sold. So hey, I mean that's a nice trade. Bought here, sold there, but again, it goes back to what I was saying. Like the market cap is only 104,000. I see if there wasn't a community behind it, but there is a community. So good trade. Was able to capitalize on that. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys have been seeing this though. Some people from Pepe, um, they're pretty much beating themselves up as far as selling so early on Pepe. I'm like, yo, don't get, if you sold and that was the plan, that was within your, that was your goal, that was your trading process, then you shouldn't beat yourself up if you sell early and the asset continue to keep going. Like, you should never beat yourself up about that. That's the same way that I looked at it too. Say I got $70 Roaring Kitty. That's a money that I can lose, and that in a sense, this is what trading is about. Like investing in crypto. Like I see people like use their whole life savings trying to ape into a coin at one specific time. Like it that is like one of the hardest things to do, just to be able to time the market. Time it where you're buying at, and for you not to go upside down. And that's why for me, I could never just buy a crypto just one shot unless I'm using like you mentioned $70. If I'm using $70 and I buy it, if that $70 is gone, then so be it. But if it's a crypto that I have like high conviction in, I'm not like, especially for Bone, like I made the plan, the 2 year plan of what my bag size, what I wanted for to be into Bone, but I was not buying it at one location, and this is what helped me to be able to have like sanity. While you have some people on X right now, they're losing their mind. Like this one guy, like he every time I post, he just comments on it, talking about like, oh my god, I bought Bone at $2.40 or something like that. He spent 15,000 just like all at once. And I'm like, bro, you gotta have a plan, man. you know, like you gotta have a plan for yourself. Just because, and yeah, I don't even know how he must have bought it like after it was launched or something. But yeah, just yeah, I could never get behind just buying something, just one lump sum, like built into the position. If you miss it, you miss it. Ari, I'm holding Shiba Inu, Bone, Pepe, Crow with knife. I keep seeing that Crow with knife. See if I can find it. Is it Crow? I'm assuming it might be Crow. See if it's Crow with knife. I got into meme coin on forgot the site. Oh, crypto.com. Crow with knife. Yeah, I've been seeing this pop up. Oh, it's on crypto.com too. Okay. Kind of likes. All right, had this nice run up in the consolidating right now. Keep an eye on this. Put a little star beside it. I am very excited for K9 and the ETH conference. Yeah, me too. Due to the fact that Buzz and them, they're going to be promoting themselves as well as telling people about Shibarium to get more projects. I think we may be able to see like a slew of projects coming onto Shibarium in after August. And that's right there in line with my plans. And this is why I say like in the next few months we could see a $5 bone. That's it. I have 21,500 bone. Every dip I bought more and more. Yeah, and that's really that to me that's the best strategy when it comes to, especially if you're that's a long-term hold from you. Because a lot of time too what I notice, people don't recognize what's long-term, what's a day trade, and what's a swing trade. They try to lump every single crypto into one strategy. It's like, oh, I bought it. Why isn't it mooning? Well, this crypto is not a meme. It's based upon utility. So other stuff have to happen in order for it to start mooning. Versus you buying a meme and it's purely just based upon community, the community aspect that's driving it up. So for something like that may not have like huge substance, you know, you may have to just day trade it. Because people hold on, and this is why like so many people get big losses in crypto. They're going with the mindset of, oh, I'm gonna, maybe in a few months this is gonna be a huge gainer for me. Few months come, nothing happen. and they just continue to keep holding. Like, what's the plan? What's the thought behind it? Is this going to be a long term hold for you? Is it going to be a day trade? And when they're in the position, it's like, oh, the fear of, even if they're up, there's like the fear of missing out for more, because there's different type of FOMO. There's the FOMO of you not getting into the position. Then there's the FOMO of, oh, you're missing out on all these gain on the upside. And that's why, like, for me, um, whenever I get into an asset, I do have a play in mind. You know, for Roaring Kitty, since I slapped so little into it, this is just going to be a long term hold due to the fact that there's a community that's being built around it. And the market cap of it is extremely low. I mean, I see if this was like about to touch $1 billion market cap or $100 million market cap, and it had a run up. Now then, my spidey senses might be coming like, hey, it might be time for you to probably start taking profit, because now you had that's an extremely huge run up. Now keep in mind, if this gets to 100 million market cap, for a lot of people that got in onto this, I want to say, let me see, where would this put us at with the 100 million market cap, with the billion circulating supply? This would put us at 10 cents. So I know a couple of people who got like way above like 10 million, or even some people got like 5 million. So even at, 10 cents at $5 million, that's 500 grand, guys. And all it is just the 100 million market cap. If we go to 10 million market cap, that's 50,000. 1 million market cap, that's 5 grand. And a lot of people spent like 70, 80, 100 bucks on it. So this is why, and again, this is why, like, I'm super excited about this play, man. Because you see it already been done with other similar names, like this. I think there was a Solana one too, that went parabolic, and I think it got to like 20 million market cap, I want to say. But yeah. What happened with BNB from 2017 to 2001? Is it going to be a duplicate with Bone? They have similar token. Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that. With BNB, I was in BNB sub $1, and at the time, no, I would say few people knew BNB was going to do that, because anytime that we used to the trade on Binance. This was like before Binance US. It was just like one Binance, back in 2016, 2017. You got pretty much a rebate, or your fees, I'm sorry, was cheaper if you swapped with BNB on their exchange. And I used to do that. Just get BNB, swap it, buy whatever crypto I wanted to get. And yeah, like at one point, guys, you know what I'm saying? Like at one point, this thing was trading in the 20, 30 cents. Like, that's why I say, nobody saw this coming. Well, I'm not going to say nobody. I know some people were probably like bullish, but majority of the people, they don't see this. Look, 10 cents back in 2017, guys. 10 cents. Because I remember when it was in the 30 cents, guys. Like, nobody saw it coming. I keep saying nobody, but majority of the people did not see it coming. And at the time, as far as the sentiment, the market sentiment of how traders felt about BNB token, it wasn't up top priority as far as like, oh, I need to hold this in my bag. So when people always tell me like, "Oh my God, other people are not interested," like, I don't care what other people, think. It's because if you remember this, 90% of traders long term will lose money in the market. So if you're telling me that the sentiment of the people about Bone, they don't feel bullish about Bone, you know, I could use that statistics like, okay, well, if they lose money and if they're saying like Bone is not a good asset, then maybe it is. I mean, of course, I did other research to validate my reasoning, but that's how I try to think about it. Because the same thing was said about Solana. Nobody, after the Sam, after let me get this pulled out. After SBF, like going to jail, nobody was not talking about Solana, guys. The way, or I keep saying nobody, majority of the people were not talking about Solana. People were saying this was a dead token. It's going to zero. Anybody who was talking about it at that point in time was being ridiculed. Like you could go back and go see through the videos. Like yeah, went around this time, in the nines, nobody was not checking. They were saying it was going to zero. But all of a sudden, when it start hitting all time highs, it's like, whoop. They start saying it's a good asset to buy when it's up, not when it's down. And that's you buy low to sell high. You buy low to sell high. You don't say, hey, this is the best asset in the world. Now it's time to buy. Like it's at the top. Not saying that this can't go further, but your risk, and it goes back to risk. Because now you buy it here, you have all this space for this thing to keep falling. Versus you buying it here, because all you could use just past data on the chart to be able to determine as far as for your entry. So your risk is a lot easier, and that way you're not buying the top. Then when it start dumping, then you just start saying the market is rigged or the dev sucks. Understand why I haven't sold and why I keep accumulating. Everyone needs to buy Bone while they still can't afford it. Also check out Shiba Doge. $2.50 will get you 50 quadrillion. Sheesh. What is the supply for that one? Shiba Doge. Let's take a look at that. Shiba Doge. Oh, it got 2 million liquidity. That's pretty dope. Oh, it's at 16 zeros. Do one day. See, like, this is a prime example of a chart that I feel if I get into this, I'm legit getting at the bottom. And that's the type of trades that you're looking to try to get. This came out 2021, so at the end of the bull market, like it could do some stuff. So let me add this to my watch list. Shiba Doge. Like these are the type of plays that I look for because now I don't have to, put 20, $30,000 into crypto. I could get in during the low, put in a few hundred or even 1,000 into it, and just see where it goes. Said, do you think Treat is gonna come out with Shiba Swap 2.0? That's my thinking of it. It makes sense for it to do it, for it to happen that way. But right now they're onboarding, the other project. Hey bro, are you still bullish on? Yeah, I'm still bullish on it. On damn Soul Killer. Because keep in mind now, with K9 Finance, they're going to be bringing liquidity. So when people are coming into the market looking for crypto plays on Shibarium, because Shibarium is going to have a meme craze, I believe. Because people are hopping from different chains. Because, you had Ethereum, then you had the BRC20 crave as far as the meme tokens with the ordinals. People jumped to that chain, and made a lot of money. Then people are always looking for the next one. Then they went to Solana. Solana had its issues as far as with processing, with the transactions and stuff. Then you got people are jumping over to Base. So once Base is doing this thing, then they're gonna look for another chain. It could be Polygon, it could be AVAX, it could be Shibarium. But if we're able to get everything in place, then during this cycle, it's gonna be Shibarium's turn because the narrative of it is super compelling. Shiba Inu, the token that went up millions of percentage. Now there's meme tokens that's popping up on their chain. Like it's bound to happen. And for the people that's holding bone, you're gonna see a lot of different pairs popping up. So developers coming in, creating their tokens, and they're gonna have to constantly keep buying bone to be able to put it in a liquidity pool. And so on and so on. Mohammed said 24 watching, 14 like. Come on, guys. Let's go ahead and get me to 24, at least 24. If 24 is watching, let's get to 24 likes. Yeah. Like you said, Will Slayer said Chronos memes are picking up. Yeah, so they're gonna, that's the way capital is gonna go. They're gonna keep bouncing from different site to different site. I'm sorry, different chain to different chain, to eventually, it's just gonna recycle again. Because meme tokens, I know some people don't like meme tokens and stuff like that, but meme tokens, it's like OTC in the stock market. And that's where, in the stock market, the place to make easy money at is OTC land. And it's stupidly risky, too. But I had one of my friends, they bought a OTC stock back in, probably 2014. And that stock was dead. Not doing anything, dead. He woke up one morning, because he woke up one morning and saw that he was up over 100,000. I'm like, yo, you need to sell it. You need to sell it. He was like, nah, I'm gonna wait till it get to 1 million. I'm like, no, sell that joint. So it got up to 200K. Then as soon as it started dipping back down to 100, he finally sold. and he only invested like 300 or 400 bucks into the stock, which was crazy. Just dumb luck. Pepe, this is crazy, man. I remember when they first went. I think it was your pop. I saw your pop mention Pepe. I did not get into it because I was like, man, Ethereum gas. I don't want to bother with it. I think it was like around like 40, maybe at like 40 million market cap. But definitely impressive though. Like especially what it did. Do a quick TA on it. If Pepe don't reclaim this point 401077, then this is gonna count as a double top, and it's gonna start giving back, giving back some of these gains. Because right now with this little red candle right here that happened, it's called the rejection. It rejected from passing all-time highs, so meaning there's a lot of sell pressure. But again, they just got to get above it and stay above it. Talking about the candle just finishing above it. If that happens, then we should be able to see Pepe have another run, getting it all the way to point 40s like 2 at the minimum. Yeah, memes. It's that's true. Like most money that you, even for me, is in a meme token. So I don't know why people diss them. You know, they're like, "Oh, you gotta be the. If it's not blue chip, then I'm not gonna get it." I'm like, look, I don't care if it's blue chip, green chip, yellow chip. Is it gonna make me money? Any memes you guys are looking at? Any tokens y'all looking at right now? It's official. The new leader sponsor will accept Shib as a payment. Well, let's go. Now this is some bullish news. I talked about it here. Yeah, I need to go check this NFT out, guys. Not gonna lie, seeing these beauties, it does make me want to go to China, Japan, the Asian countries. Well, guys, that hour has officially come. So I am going to end it off here. Now, if you guys have not checked out Roaring Kitty, not financial advice, of course, can't give you financial advice. Definitely keep an eye on this bad boy. Because I think, and plus, too, it is the plans, as far as at least what the community wants, it for it to be on Shibarium. So I reached out to a few people just trying to see what could be done because again the contract is there's no devs, so I don't know how to create no bridging contract or anything like that. So reaching out to a few people just to be able to see like what could be done. So this way now you would have this token on Ethereum as well as Shibarium, and if it gets onto Shibarium, especially once everything start popping, this thing on the fly. But yeah, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Random Arts guys signing off.